Can you go over some of those, and including the watch? I know there's a helmet, there's other things. And can you go over those and just present those?
Sure, and I wanted to add something to what Dr. Weber was sharing on the viral studies as well. We've actually done, he was mentioning the malaria study, which was impressive. And also we've done studies on Epstein-Barr, HIV, cytomegalovirus, and every one of them have gone negative test results after doing these studies. So it backs up what he's talking about, the COVID, right? And since it is continuing to mutate and change, we even had some very close colleagues of ourselves here that utilize the kit as well. And we have a study that we're trying to get going also for the government in Mexico to show this as well, because there are, as Dr. Weber said, there's too many people that are suffering from it. And there's too many options available like this. So bridging that, many people know of the Endolaser system, which is the larger laser system that Dr. Weber created. And the larger system is used both for intravenous, topical, transcranial application, as well as interstitial. Can be utilized for both intratumoral or joints. So many clinics are utilizing that for regenerative medicine or chronic joint inflammation, or repair after a chronic immune problem, sports injuries. So it's an endolaser system with multiple forms of application, which is honestly very exciting, because you can design the system to create, as you know, Casper, as well, design to create it what you need in your own clinic. And you can also add on to the system as well. And I'll do a quick note on that. When we first started working with Dr. Weber and the team, they did not have the ultraviolet nor the yellow diode created as yet. And rather than buying a whole new system, we were able to purchase and add on the diodes to the already existing system, which is something I have to say, working with Dr. Weber very closely, professionally as well as friendship, I really admire him and Robert Weber and their team for doing that, because many clinics get stuck with a system and then have to get a whole new system a year later when there's an update. He's made sure that people can actually continue growing with them. So that's one thing. The other are the home care devices or in-clinic devices. So there's the laser watch. Dr. Weber originally, as I can see him smiling there, started with just the red light laser watch, and it developed into now something called the Spectra, which has red, yellow, green, and blue. It comes with a nasal applicator for intranasal laser therapy, ear applicator, which we've seen great results with tinnitus, by the way, and a little pad that connects to the laser watch. And the laser watch, even though we say watch, it's not actually a watch. It's utilized on the wrist. So that's why we say a watch, but it can be utilized in many different forms. It's great for jet lag, high blood pressure, fatigue, inflammation. I mean, pain. We've had people utilize it with chronic pain. I can go on and on this one. He's developed an infrared helmet, which is used for transcranial applications, with a frequency box, so you can choose specific frequencies that can be put in with the infrared light. And the benefit of that is to changing, alpha, beta, depending on the brainwave pattern. But this is actually, there have been extensive studies done on utilizing this with Alzheimer's, transcranial issues with neural Lyme disease, Parkinson's. We've seen people utilize it, traumatic brain injury after stroke, ischemic issues. And infrared can penetrate much deeper. And Dr. Weber can probably share a little bit of why he created and how he created that helmet. And then he's also created, obviously, the new kit. And the new kit is basically the laser watch, but with the ultraviolet and blue attachments for oral and for nasal. And even though it was created with the idea of working on COVID, we've had many Lyme or chronic infection patients utilize it as well, just for overall immune system issues as well, fighting viruses, fungus, all those other types of things. And these can be both items that can be taken home or utilized in a clinic facility, which is nice on in-betweens. He also created a wonderful infrared pad. He also has this amazing light bed, which is this huge, long light system that goes, it used to look kind of like a tanning booth. Now it sits over a bed that can be utilized in a clinical facility as well. That is quite impressive. and he can probably share on that as well. So the one thing you'll learn about Dr. Weber is there's always something new. Every time I talk to him, whether it's a week later, a day later, or 6 months later, we're always sharing something new.